Welcome back. You're live with the Expresso on a beautiful Friday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, the legend and iconic jazz maestro Hugh Masekela would have turned 80 this year. And to celebrate his life as well as maintain his legacy of making sure that the arts and culture industry never dies, something that he felt so strongly about, the Soweto Theatre will be hosting the Hugh Masekela Heritage Festival 80th birthday edition this coming Saturday. That's tomorrow.
Yes, a day guaranteed to be filled with lots of music and while upholding Bra Hugh's electric and broad vision of South Africa culture alive.
Started with the aim of preserving arts and culture within communities, the Hugh Masekela Heritage Festival 80th birthday edition will make the Soweto Theatre come alive this weekend with performances by our country's top talent, including Sipho Hot Sticks Mabuse, Thandiswa Mazwai, Bomb Shelter Beast, and many more as we get ready to celebrate one of the most iconic trumpeters, musicians to ever come out of Mzansi.
So Bra Hugh had this idea that people who live in Soweto and really people who live in all the townships, that there's so much travel that has to do with going to find culture or find entertainment. So the idea was to have the festival in Soweto where people have easy access to it. And the second reason was to present South African people with the diversity of the musics that they make, and that it's not about presenting one genre or one type of South African music, but that as much South African diversity as possible can be represented.
Why would you say the 80th birthday edition of this festival is so special and important?
You know, this would have been his 80th birthday. Part of the festival is called the Heritage Festival because in his passing, in his latter days, one of his burning passions was the transmission of culture and the transmission of heritage and the keeping of heritage.
What can people expect to experience come Saturday?
Music, great music, you know. Sjava, Thandiswa and the Hugh Masekela Band, Sipho Hot Sticks Mabuse, Bomb Shelter Beast, various flavors that South Africa has to offer.
Marcus, as a trumpeter, as a musician yourself, how would you say that Bra Hugh Masekela has influenced your musical journey?
So it goes without saying that, you know, being a trumpet player growing up in South Africa, we didn't have too many trumpet playing icons to look up to. And of course, Hugh being one of the biggest in the world, I think has influenced a lot of musicians in South Africa, both trumpet players and, you know, other instrumentalists, vocalists. But I personally think that the most instantly recognizable sound of a trumpet is Hugh Masekela.
You are part of a very dynamic band called Bomb Shelter Beast. What can fans expect from you on Saturday?
I will be here in my onesie with the Beasts, the Bomb Shelter Beast. We're a 12-piece, we call it Afro-Balkan Kwaito Skadabor music. Yeah, we're going to be here in bright colors with bright music, and we're going to get the party started.
This year's edition of the festival is much more than just a musical extravaganza. A huge attraction has to be this installation around the Soweto Theatre documenting the life of Bra Hugh.
Joy of Jazz in 2018 approached us to put together some sort of a remembrance of Bra Hugh. So a lot of the pieces were put together by also Moratiwa Molema, Botswana artist. There's an interactive kind of booth where you can hear and see Bra Hugh. We've got his horns, some of his horns, as well as the Louis Armstrong horn. A wall of photographs of various albums of his, and a map of his travels around the world, just to get an idea of what a globetrotter he really was.
In my experience, in a lot of the times that I've been to this festival, it hasn't always been necessarily embraced by the whole of Soweto, you know. And I hope that this weekend is different in that respect, because, you know, everyone knows Hugh, everyone knows his music, and yeah, it's important that, like I said earlier, that legacy is continued.
Everybody should come out, you know, bring Opa, bring Gogo, bring the kids. And come listen to some music and come have some fun and come meet some friends and, yeah, dance and remember Bra Hugh.
One of the greatest unifiers has to be arts and culture, and of course music. If you are in Johannesburg, do make a turn at the Soweto Theatre this Saturday as we celebrate a legend that's gone but definitely not forgotten.